favorite Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic tonight. We're coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. And tonight, we've got the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Dallas Mavericks at the American Airlines Center. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. With the All-Star game almost near, let's see how the East is shaking out. Taking a look at Charlotte, this hasn't been the kind of year they envisioned. Time running out.
And I think for the Hornets, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
And when you talk about inconsistency, I think a lot of it has to go to the players, because ultimately they're the ones that dictate how they perform.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Washington in at the 3 spot. And for Dallas, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Jalen Brunson out there with Doncic, and it's Cauley Stein in at the center position. Scouting reports very detailed, Clark. Talk about the types of insights those scouting reports would reveal about your team and your opposition.
Typically player tendencies and team tendencies. How do they win? What areas are they really strong in? A team being excellent on the glass or tremendous in transition offense or very physical. I mean, just those types of nuggets that you would have for a team and then individual players so that you could try to position them to not be at their best by what you did to counteract them.
Good explanation. Now here's Cauley Stein. Porzingis is doubled. Pass to Doncic for 3. That one's not going to go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
And really an odd series between them a year ago, as they couldn't get a win in either meeting.
You know, so much can happen in the regular season with the ups and downs of the year, the travel, injuries, and all of that stuff. But they were just not at their best when they met.
Good on the bucket. Doncic has got his team on the board to start the game for the Mavs.
Boy, a strong, versatile offensive player. Doncic capable of burning you from anywhere on the floor.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Rozier looking around. Lets the 3 fly. And the Hornets miss again.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Brunson the pass to Doncic. It's Biyombo with the rebound.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Graham dishes to Biyombo. The pass to Rozier. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively. I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
The Hornets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Borrego and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He said to win this game, it's all about how we handle Luka Doncic. We'll have to be on our toes defensively. Kevin, we'll see if they're able to slow down the Slovenian sensation.
Thank you, David.
You know, you look at Hardaway Jr. right now. I think efficiency is everything, should be the priority for him. I think he has the talent, no doubt, but just needs to play to his strengths a little bit more.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And the big contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. back in 2017, Clark. 4 years, $71 million.
Hey, sometimes timing is everything. We know that in our world and in all the other worlds out there. And think about that now. Tim Hardaway Jr. has made more money than his all-star father made in his whole career. Hardaway Jr., young and athletic, and a really rock-solid player at both ends. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And the Mavericks seem to have done the hard part, acquiring a potential franchise player in Luka Doncic.
And you know, guys, we've seen it, but in this league, one star isn't enough. That's why I think the trade for Porzingis was a good gamble. If he can stay healthy, they have an inside-outside star combo to build on.
A slow start for Charlotte in this one. Still without a basket in the game. Now, here's Rozier. D right on him. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Graham. Yambo trying to break free, and it's Graham missing. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
They didn't play well in that second half. Had a big lead, but just didn't sustain the momentum and ended up giving it away.
But, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Hornets trail by 8. Graham surveying the floor. Teardrop shot, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Doncic.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Pass to Graham. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the floater.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
And so it's Charlotte with it. Tim Hardaway unable to get his last shot to go. Graham, the pass to Biyombo. And the layup is good.
Yeah, tough to box out Biyombo on the glass. I mean, this guy does a nice job anticipating where the misses are going.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Outside Hardaway. Doncic outside. Here's Porzingis. And Brunson has it in the corner. And he's good on the 3-ball.
You know, he's really a good passer for a big man, guys. Porzingis very solid at setting up his teammates.
Here's Rozier. 9 points last game out. Passes it to Bridges. Here's Washington. Brunson covering. Pass to Rozier. Shot clock at 6. Puts it up. Can't hit that one. And it's Dallas the other way, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the boards.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much.
Here's Rozier after Luka Doncic's bucket. Now, here's Rozier. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And the Hornets with possession here. It's a 13-point game. Here's Graham, guarded by Doncic. Here's Rozier, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Brunson finds Hardaway. Here's Doncic. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
The pass to Washington. Now Biombo. Here's Graham. No good on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Doncic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
And he knocks down the first one. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA. And then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Now, here's Rozier. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Rozier with the ball. Guarded by Wright. Just 5 to shoot. Bridges inside the three-point line. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
Now, here's Doncic. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Kleba. On the wing, Doncic. Shoots over Batum. Zeller grabs the board.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Doncic. He has 6. Here's Porzingis. High quality look, and he sinks it. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Here's Batum, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Zeller with it, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Bridges misses. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Zeller. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Rozier with the ball. Now Wright defending. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Here's Doncic, and he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Nailed from three-point land.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Porzingis passes to Doncic. To the inside. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. 6 points for Porzingis.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Here's Rozier, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Rozier against Porzingis, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in. Hernangomez is checked in for the Hornets. That's good from Rozier. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Hernangomez grabs the miss. Batum wide open, he fires. And the Hornets miss again. Mavericks leading by 12. Pass to Kleba. Over Hernangomez. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Here's Zeller, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Rozier against Wright. And it's Doncic, top of the key. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Batum.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Passes it to Rozier. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
Doncic against Batum. It's good. And the Mavericks lead by 12.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Batum dishes to Zeller. Pass to Rozier. It's good. Rozier's got 14 points.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Doncic kicks to Kid Gilchrist. The 10-footer. And Rozier pulls it down.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's his first foul. Now Monk. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. Setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. And we'll be back with you shortly. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, you know, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
White and Doncic are the backcourt pair. And there's Jackson. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Kleba in at the 4 slot. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. Now, here's Doncic. Here's Jackson. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Hornets trail by 12. Over the last decade or so, the Hornets haven't had a lot of success, Clark, in the draft.
Well, you take a look at it, guys, and they've traded away a multitude of picks, and picks that have turned into guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tobias Harris, 2 outstanding young players. They've missed on the picks they've kept. I think they've got to do a better job of building from within.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 5 to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Zeller passes to Batum. Goes up again. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Cody Zeller.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Here's Kleba. Doncic passes to Powell. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 5 assists tonight.
And Powell doing a nice job using his length on these hard shots. I mean, excellent at powering through the contact.
Mavericks with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. Jackson misses.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Bacon the pass to Batum. And here is Monk. 9 points last game out. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Kicks it to Zeller. Powell pulls it in. Mavericks leading by 12. Batum with the steal. Shoots from 14. Good. He hits the jump shot.
Boy, and for his size, Nick Batum has really good ball handling skills.
And it's right with the ball for the Mavericks. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Pass to Jackson. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Monk, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Bacon. Fires for 3. Kleba with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Count it. Doncic has got 11.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now, here's Monk. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Batum finds Hernan Gomez. Shot clock at 5. Monk for 3. Kleba with the rebound. Kleba's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
You take a look at Bridges. His athleticism is off the charts, and it doesn't go unnoticed, as you can see by how high he is in the dunk contest voting.
Yeah, the fans want him. I think the media wants him. Heck, he wants to be in, so I'm glad that he's in a position to take part.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
Passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And, you know, this is what Powell does best. Establishes himself deep inside and jams it home.
Here's Batum. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Pass to Monk. This one for three. Hits it from three-point range.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
I'll tell you what, time is moving on now. When you think about Nick Batum, has been in the league a decade now. Wow. Throughout his career, this guy's been consistent in terms of his versatility and production.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Powell. Porzingis comes in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Doncic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for DeLon Wright. Now here's Brunson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Brooklyn.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And with Batum, Clark, that versatility is what makes him so great.
Well, you know, if you need him to score, he can. If you need him to create and rebound, he can do that too. He's just a very versatile player. It seems like every season Batum is able to plug in and play a different role and do it at a high level.
Hornets trail by 15. Graham with the ball. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. The shot's good from Monk.
You've got to get out on Monk now. He shoots a high percentage from outside the arc, and the form, perfect.
Now here's Brunson. Now the pass to Jackson. Down low, deflects the pass. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Jackson passes to Porzingis. Over Bridges. Porzingis can't hit. Hornets trail by 10. Kicks it to Monk. There's the three. And another three for Charlotte.
You've got to be up on Monk all the time. I mean, even when the pass has not gotten to him yet, you need to be there before it arrives because he's ready to let it go when he catches it.
Now here's Brunson. He's got 5. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Brunson with it. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And so Graham will bring it up for Charlotte. They trail by 9 points. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
The first one falls.
When you watch the Hornets play, you can expect a very controlled game.
Yeah, you know, they don't push too much and make silly mistakes. Fantastic when it comes to minimizing turnovers, controlling the pace. They've been one of the best teams at keeping turnovers down since 2014.
Terry Rozier's checked in for Monk. He hits both from the stripe.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
Now, here's Rozier. 14 points for him. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house and the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base, those fans will be around for a while, giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
Now, here's Bridges. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Here's Graham. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Clock at 6. The tray.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
It's Hardaway with the drive.
And, you know, with Dirk Nowitzki retiring last season after a remarkable 21 years with the Mavericks, they are starting afresh, a new era, hoping budding superstar Luka Doncic can carry that mantle, and I think he's off to a great start in doing so.
And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
And the first one at the line is good. And you think of everything that Dirk Nowitzki has meant to the Mavericks. Clark, one team for his entire career.
An iconic Hall of Famer. You talk about 14 All-Star appearances and league MVP, 6th all-time in scoring. Most importantly, the franchise's first and only title in 2011.
Hardaway hits them both. Hornets trail by 14. Now Rozier. 14 points for him. Will it go? Not going to go that time. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Inside, here's Cauley Stein.
You know, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist getting better at recognizing when his teammates are open. And if he continues to improve, he'll be more valuable as a teammate.
Charlotte's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Biyombo kicks to Rozier. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds in the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Runs in the pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. Trying to find Brunson. Gets it to him. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Cauley Stein. An easy 2 points on the layup. Cauley Stein's got his second basket of the night.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Charlotte calls timeout. Clark, there are a lot of great playmakers in this NBA that sometimes we don't talk about or under the radar.
Yeah, there are. Again, so many outstanding players in a league of 30 teams, but You know, Drew Holiday has been outstanding as a big playmaking guard, as good scoring the ball as he is playmaking. Draymond Green, not a guard, but makes decisions and passes the ball like a high-level guard and is extremely valuable in that Warriors attack. Those two guys are a little bit undervalued for their ability to make their teammates better.
Good point.
A chance here to take a look at where the Mavericks rank in the NBA currently.
And talking about the shot blocking ability, you love that mentality. No shot goes unchallenged around the rim. They make sure of that. You have to earn everything you get on the inside.
So it's the Hornets now. It's an 18-point game. And here is Rozier. 14 points for him. Back to Bridges. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got 3 assists in the game. Runs in the pass to Cauley-Stein. Shoots over Biyombo, and again, it's Willie Cauley-Stein. Cauley-Stein's got 6 here in this quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
There's a minute 47 left to play here in the second quarter. Now, here's Rozier. Brunson covering. With some arc. Biyombo trying to break free, and it's Rozier missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
One shot.
That's good from Rozier. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the half. Here's Brunson. 7 points in the game. To the paint. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 8 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And 1:01 left in the first half of the game. Pass to Bridges. The pass to Rozier. He kicks to Graham. 5 on the clock. To the right side. For 3, Bridges. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Here's Brunson. And Rozier pulls it down. So Rozier will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They trail by 16. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Porzingis with the steal. Cauley-Stein against Rozier. Left side, Kid Gilchrist. On the wing, Hardaway. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. He shot 5 of 6 at the foul line.
And how good has he been at the line?
He sure has been. I mean, you could tell that he had that nice rhythm right from the start. You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage has taken a little jump compared to last season.
And he hits the first of 3. And the second free throw, good. And he makes all three. Just 4 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And so it's Dallas with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny, what did you see from them?
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Terry Rozier.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Dallas leading by 19 points. Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Charlotte, we've got Bismack Biyombo. Bridges out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. Graham in at the 2.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
Runs in the pass to Doncic. Misses the target. That drops him to 40% now. 4 of 10. Well, it doesn't matter where you place him in the lineup, Clark. Miles Bridges is going to make some plays.
Well, I love his rugged quality he has, guys. I mean, he can guard anybody at the 3 or 4 spot. Doesn't mind going up against guys that are bigger. Everybody knows about his athletic ability and dunking it, but he's got more in his package than that.
The Hornets have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
The Mavericks shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Kicks it to Doncic. Passes it to Brunson. And again, Dallas turns it over.
And so far, the story on Luka Doncic. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. Putting up about 22 points per, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays. They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Over in the quarter, Porzingis. To the middle. Here's Doncic. The 7-footer falls. Doncic has got 13.
Boy, Luka Doncic, such an all-around skill set. I mean, the defense having a real hard time containing him tonight.
Hornets trail by 14. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Bridges with it. He has 7. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 9.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Cauley Stein. He's got 6. Shoots over Biombo. Cauley Stein's shot is good.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Now here's Rozier. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. The Hornets rebound. Here's Graham. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
Now Graham. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. It's a 16-point game. Biombo kicks to Rozier. For 3, Bridges. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. And that's 12 points for Miles Bridges.
Just a proven threat from beyond, and Bridges has a good feel for when to fire him from there.
He gets that one. And the Mavericks lead by 15.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Pass to Biombo. The dish to Bridges. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Back to Biombo. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Tell you what, the bruising strength of Biombo, effective in drawing contact on the way up. You look at a player like Bismack Biyombo, and I love his presence in the paint. A real rim protector because he's not only got...
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Just 5 to shoot. Porzingis with the steal. To the paint. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
And here is Rozier. He's got 17. And there's the pass to Bridges. He kicks it to Graham. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. Now, here's Bridges. Defense is right there. That one doesn't go. It's his 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Another shot. Here's Doncic. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage, and as a result, they've got a big lead.
Inside, Porzingis, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Charlotte Hornets. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. And, Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Sign him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
The Hornets have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. The first free throw is good. Mark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's an outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question, because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media, so they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching it. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually, but on occasion it does get a little carried away.
Here's Graham. Pass to Monk. Kicks it to Bridges. Passes it to Graham. 5 to shoot. From outside the arc. Poked loose. Here's Biyombo. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor. Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded closely. Outside Jackson. Down low, Bridges with the steal. Here's Graham, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Porzingis. The Hornets have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. A different look for Dallas. Powell, he's jacked in for Porzingis. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Justin Jackson. And it's Wright in for Jalen Brunson. Charlotte also making some changes. Cody Zeller comes in for Biyombo. And it's Batum in for Washington. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Wright. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Misses off the right iron. Hornets trail by 15. Here's Batum. They get it back. Monk, the pass to Zeller. Outside for Batum. Back to Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
Nice instincts in these pick and roll sets. Batum taking whatever passing lane he sees.
Mavericks leading by 13. Here's Doncic, and he makes good on the layup. Doncic has got 19 points.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Charlotte's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Here's Graham, guarded by Wright. Graham with the ball. He has 5. The shot by Monk is no good. Here's Kleba, defended by Bridges. Kleba with the bucket. Hornets trail by 17. Graham dishes to Bridges. That's tipped out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Mavericks. Doncic left side. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. That one doesn't drop. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The timing by Batum. Really good at recognizing when to fire off the catch.
And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with possession here. The lead is 15. Count it.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Charlotte shooting in the second half so far about 45%. Batum passes to Hernan Gomez. Now here's Monk, guarded by Doncic. Charlotte moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Batum. Yep, that one goes. Batum's got 6 points.
Far from just a perimeter shooter. I like seeing Batum go to work in the painted area.
Now here's Wright. Batum with the steal. Oh, and here comes Monk all alone. Finished off the break. 11 points in the game.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
Now here's Wright. He's tightly guarded. And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
And really, this is the area where Kid Gilchrist shines. I mean, he's very confident shooting from the interior.
And Batum kicks to Zeller. A floater. Got a hand on it. Here's Doncic. Count that bucket. Doncic has got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Batum attacking. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
A wide open look here for Wright. And it's Dallas with another.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Hornets trail by 19. Now Batum. He's got 6. Inside. And it's Monk that time on the assist from Batum. 13 points for Malik Monk.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. The Hornets have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. The Hornets also changing it up. Washington comes in for Dwayne Bacon. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Malik Monk. And he sinks the second.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line. Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Batum against Wright. Batum passes to Zeller. And here is Rozier. From deep three-point range.
Tell you what, like with most players, when Doncic is aggressive on defense, it makes a difference and causes his coaches to smile.
And so it's Dallas, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Hornets trail by 18. We've got Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Powell is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Doncic in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Batum for 3. Good on the triple.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. Puts it up from 15. And he gets the jumper to drop.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Hornets shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Here's Batum. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Doncic feeling it out. And the dunk by Powell.
Nice job hitting him right in stride. Excellent play.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Batum against Hardaway. And Batum kicks to Rozier. Mavericks with the rebound. Cauley-Stein's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Hardaway with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Hornets trail by 19. A fast break now for Charlotte. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. But they recover it.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession, just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell, and it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Rozier. Here's Hernangomez. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Batum against Hardaway. Porzingis is doubled. Knocked loose. Rozier with the steal. The wide open shot from Hernangomez. They get the rebound. Kid Gilchrist comes with the double team, and Zeller kicks to Hernangomez. His 3-pointers off the mark. Mavericks leading by 19 points. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Fades and shoots. A shot by Batum, no good. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. Hornets trail by 19. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And the Mavericks call time here. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. There's the pass to Cauley-Stein. Over Zeller. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Charlotte's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Pass to Graham. He dishes it to Zeller. Here's Graham. Guarded by Hardaway. Here's Zeller. It's rebounded by Dallas. Hardaway has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Puts it up from 17. Brunson, good. And the Mavericks lead by 19.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Passes to Bridges. Pass to Washington. Good D by Hardaway. Dallas leading by 19. And he uses the glass on the layup.
You know, he's not just a shooter, guys. Hardaway Jr. is also capable of getting creative and mixing things up, too. I like it.
The Hornets shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Graham, the pass to Rozier. And Zeller kicks to Rozier. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
First one falls for him. Mark, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or a max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Graham, the pass to Biyombo. Now, here's Rozier. Porzingis with the steal.
Turnovers weren't a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
Hornets trail by 21. Here's Rozier. He feeds it to Biyombo. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Fade away. Here's Cauley-Stein. It's good.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Rozier kicks to Biyombo. Doncic with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And Rozier pulls it down. Charlotte has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. And the pass to Biyombo. Rozier against Doncic. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the 2nd.
On the wing, Hardaway. Brunson scanning the floor. Back to Hardaway. High post, Cauley-Stein. Biyombo on him. Shot clock at 5. Brunson, good. Graham with the ball. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past. But the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams. Although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
Here's Porzingis, goes to the fadeaway and cans it. And the Mavericks lead by 21.
High release for Porzingis on his jump shots. Almost impossible to defend that.
Rozier the pass to Biyombo, and it's Biyombo with the jam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Pass to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking.
Hornets trail by 21. Now, here's Rozier. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Washington. Guarded by Hardaway. Rozier the pass to Biyombo. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Brunson. Back to Doncic. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Bridges leading the charge. No dice from the high post. Mavericks leading by 21. To the inside. It's deflected. And stolen by Biyombo. On up the court. Graham with the bucket.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the 2nd.
Pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Bridges, sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 10 points in just the second half. Rozier kicks to Graham. Over Doncic. Graham with the bucket.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Boy, that quick trigger mindset, when Hardaway Jr. is firing away like this, you know he's feeling it.
And there's the pass to Biyombo. The last couple years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours on their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours. Bridges. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
How about the balance and focus? Knock Bridges around all you want, but he is determined to score.
One shot.
.144 left here in the fourth quarter. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Doncic trying to get open. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. Hornets trail by 16.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Mavericks.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a two-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a two-game season series, the team winning game one has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Luka Doncic.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Doncic, no good on the free throw. Well, Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed.
Right.
So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Powell, that's good.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
Martin goes in. Hernan Gomez trying to break free. Nice D from Doncic. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Finney Smith gets it to go.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it. They've done it.
Curry against Rozier. Passes it to Chile. Now Martin. Fires the three. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys did a great job contesting shots and disrupting their offense. What did you like best about the defensive effort tonight?
I think from the beginning of the game, we just started off aggressive. We were connected defensively, and that's why we were able to stop them.
You got it done when it counted, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.